I wanted to make a video today about something that happened yesterday or the day before. I lose track of time sometimes, I apologize. I'm not going to name names because that's not what this video is for. This was just something I needed to get out of my system because it's been eating away at me since this happened. I will preface this video by saying that I am in no way perfect. I have made my own mistakes. I hope that to the best of my ability, up to date, I've owned up to them and I've rectified the situations and I've learned from them, and that those that I've wronged or harmed in any way have forgiven me. And if they haven't, I understand. Someone that I really admire and that helped me get through some really tough times did something very problematic 1 or 2 days ago. I think it was yesterday. I apologize again. And I'm shaking making this video because it's been bothering me because I really respect this person, and not only was their comment unacceptable for me, but their reaction to it was even more unacceptable. Rather than listening to the voices of those who were bothered by this person's comment, they chose to ignore those voices in lieu of listening to those that were supporting them and giving them free rein to continue making comments like that in the future. I will not lie, I was like that once upon a time. You know, we don't all come out of the uterus enlightened. We all have to learn. We all have to evolve. 4 or 5 years ago, I would have probably laughed at the joke and moved on, and probably would have told people that they were being too sensitive. I wish I could go back to being that ignorant person, but I can't because I've learned too much. I have too much information in my brain that doesn't allow me to just laugh at certain comments or jokes. I can't do it. It's not in my DNA anymore. It's not in who I am. Not in my personality, not my mentality, nothing. I can't do it. You know? Once you learn these things, once you open your eyes, think of it like the Matrix, you know, taking either the red pill or the blue pill. And when you take that red pill, you know, you wake up and you realize that shit's bad, you know? In retrospect, that was probably a bad example or a bad way of explaining it. And I'm not gonna edit this video. I'm just gonna mention it right now. That wasn't a good example. And that's not quite what I wanted to say either. So let me see if I can find a different example. Think of it when you grow up and your parents were holding back a secret, maybe about who you are or what kind of person you were or something that happened to you when you were younger. And then they finally let the cat out of the bag. And it's something that's maybe not traumatic, but life-changing. You can't just unlearn that information anymore. It's now part of you. It's a part of who you are. I think that's a better example. You can't just unlearn this kind of education. You can't just unlearn sympathizing with marginalized people, empathizing with the oppressed. You can't unlearn that, you know? Once you learn that and you understand it and you realize what your place in the world is and what your privilege is and what impact you have on those around you, you can't unlearn that, or at least it's very difficult to do so. Like I said, I'm not going to mention this person's name. I'm not. And I just realized that because my cat is sitting where I have my camera, she's probably shaking the camera, so I apologize for that. If you'll give me just one moment, I'm gonna get her out of there so she can stop shaking the camera. Hey, honey, come here. Come on. You need to stop shaking the camera, baby. It's this little one right here. Look. Go to one of your corners. Get out of here. Sorry. I hope that this person will see the error of their ways. I've tried to keep it as gender neutral as possible because I don't want to reveal this person's identity in any way, because that's not what this video was for. As I said, I'm not making this video for views. I'm not making it to create more drama. I'm making it because I needed to get this out of my system, and that's it. It's the only reason. And it's just easier for me to say things on camera. Sorry, she was about to jump up there again. It's easier for me to say things on camera and be able to express myself than it is to write it down on a sheet of paper or write it down in a text post or whatever. I really hope that this person will wake up, maybe, and realize that they can't just say whatever they want to say and then ignore the reactions of those that were hurt by their comments. If there's even one person that you claim to care about, that you claim is so important to you, that you're so grateful for, if there's even one of those people that is hurt by something that you said, what kind of person does it make you out to be if you ignore them? If you ignore their sentiments and their hurt and their explanations for why what you said is hurtful? That reflects more on you than it does on the person you hurt. Because they're trying to tell you that something hurt them, and you're passing it away. You're passing it off like it's not important. And I just can't accept behavior like that. Not anymore. 4 or 5 years ago, I might have been able to. Now I can't. And as it is now, I'm still kind of shaking. Like, I feel this tremor in my chest because it hurts. It really hurts. You know, I admired this person very much, and they said something extremely hurtful and still haven't apologized for it. And hopefully they will. Hopefully they will. But that's it, you know? If you happen to say something that someone is bothered by, please listen to them, you know? Don't just pass it off as they're being too sensitive or that they just couldn't take a joke. Unless you ask and understand why that person is hurt, you're never going to learn. You're never going to learn. You're just going to keep doing the same mistakes over and over, and God only knows how many more people you'll be hurting along the way. I had to learn the hard way. I really did. I had to learn the hard way. I had to be told, sometimes angrily, that I was doing fucked up shit. And, you know, I never had people holding my hand. You know, I never had people babying me and telling me, well, you know, this is why you should treat me as a human being, and this is why you should respect my existence. No, not at all. I had people who were angry at me, and they would tell me, what the fuck is wrong with you? Why would you say something like that? Why would you do something like that? My education was not done nicely. My education was done through anger and vitriol and insults. And you know what? I learned, because anger is a form of education. It is. Especially the anger of those who are sick and fucking tired of hearing the same marginalizing and oppressive jokes over and over and over. Wouldn't you be pissed off if you had someone telling you, you're fat, you're fat, you're fat, you're really fat, you're fat, for 10, 20, 30 years of your life? It would grate on your nerves. It would drive you up the wall. So why is it that when people make jokes that are racist or sexist or whatever else, they're just supposed to have thick skin or grow a backbone? I hate that one, especially because it's like, we have backbones, man. We're just sick and tired of hearing the same shit over and over. And these people are sick and tired of having to educate those of us who were or are still ignorant about these things. So don't just throw that criticism away. If you want to just take it with a grain of salt, fine, but listen to it anyway. Listen to it and maybe tuck it away in your Rolodex of things that you learned that day. And who knows, maybe in 5 months' time, 5 years' time, whatever else, you will go back to that little Rolodex of things you learned and be like, oh shit, that's what they were talking about. Just... I'm going to end the video there because I'm about to cry and I don't want to cry on camera, but that's it. That's all I have to say. I don't know how long this video will be. We'll see. I'm not going to cut it. I'm just going to leave everything in, you know, because I think it's just train of thought, you know, just train of thought, just letting things flow and just talking to somebody, talking it out. But that's it. That's all I have to say on the matter. If you like the video, please hit the little like button because it really does help. And subscribe for future uploads. If you've got any questions or comments, please put them down below. Almost forgot to do my pointy hands. Down below in the comment section. Thank you so much for watching. See ya.